Hi guys, I'm Clem and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting a new sort of video on this channel, and it goes with the fact that I would like to start and try to post review in here. It's pretty much a challenge for me because I'm really bad at making reviews, so I'm going to try. But today it's not a review we're going to have, I decided to do for the books that I reread, to not do review because I can't do a review of the book I already read because I know what happened and stuff like that. So I decided to pick for this book my 5 favorite scenes and to told you what are my 5 favorite scenes of this book. So the first book for this first top 5 video is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. So I reread this book this month because actually with Jenny and Sarah we wanted to reread all the TMI, then all the Dark Artifices, then all the Infernal Devices, because we thought that The Last Hour was coming out this fall, but actually it's not. It's the last book in the Dark Artifices and I'm really happy about that, if you don't know already. But we're still rereading the Mortal Instruments. Finally, we're going to read the third one all together because Jenny read this one in August, Sarah in September, me just now in February, in March. Well, it was in March. But so we're finally going to do this read along together. But without further ado, let me tell you my 5 favorite scenes from City of Bones. So when I look up at my list of favorite scenes, I realize that first, they aren't in chronological order, and second, they aren't in any particular order. It's just the way I put them. Maybe there is the first scene is my favorite scene of all the book, but the rest is just scenes I like. So let's get started. So the first scene I'm going to mention, and it's definitely my favorite scene from all the book, and it's the greenhouse scene, where, if you don't know already, it's where the first kiss happened between Jess and Clary. They goes in the greenhouse, which is somewhere I would like to go someday because it seems amazing. I don't know. The way it describes, I want to go there and I want to spend all afternoon there, I want to read in there, I want to eat in there, I want to sleep in there. It sounds amazing, there's plants everywhere, I'm so pumped about this. But Jace is taking Clary there to celebrate a birthday and they end up kissing, and it's just one of the best scenes ever because it happens at after maybe at half of the book, and you just want them to kiss because there have been so many hints about them being attracted to each other, and you're please kiss already, and then they kiss and it's just magical. I'm really sad because in the book, it's good. In the movie adaptation it was great and I love the song that there is for this scene. Is a song by Demi Lovato that I absolutely love, but I don't know, I was not quite satisfied with everything. And concerning the TV series, it just doesn't happen, and I was really sad about that because it's one of my favorite scenes. The second thing I'm going to mention is the fighting scenes at Miss or Mrs. Dorothea, I don't know how we should call them, but anyway, this scene of fight at Clary's house, I love this scene. This scene is so action-packed and there is some sort of plot twist in it because basically in this scene we have Jace, Clary, Isabel and Alec who are going back to Clary's house where Mrs. Dorothea lives in the first floor, and they're going there because actually Clary found out that the Mortal Cup is hidden in one of tarot card of Mrs. Dorothea, so they're going there to retrieve the cup, but actually it's not happening well because Mrs. Dorothea calls up a demon, a greater demon, which I don't remember the name again, and he possessed Mrs. Dorothea. I think. I read this book this month. How can I fuck? Anything. Mrs. Dorothea, some shit happens to her and they ended up having to fight a greater demon, which is stronger than a normal demon. And Alec gets hurt, and you're oh Alec, why did you get hurt? Then what did I call her? Isabel stay with Alec, and then you have Clary and Jace trying to fight the greater demon, but they apparently can't do it, and then out of nowhere Simon's come in, take the an arrow and shot the glass ceiling, it's better if I say it that way, and then there is light everywhere in the lobby. I think it's happening in the lobby, and since demon don't like light, the greater demon go back to his dimension and they won, and you're like, oh my gosh, Simon did this, I didn't expect it that, like, where does he come from? Like, it's just a fucking mundane and he arrives and he fights a greater demon and you're like, go Simon! Sometimes you're really like a pain in the ass, but I love Simon. But in the first one, we can't deny that sometimes you're just like, bitch, shut up, please, you don't know anything, so shut up. But yeah, I'm always really impressed by Simon in this scene, that's why I love it so much. The next scene I'm going to mention is the scene at the Hotel du Mont with the vampires. So in this scene we have Jace and Clary who are going to the headquarters, some sort of headquarters of the vampire, to find Simon, who's been taken by the vampires while he was a rat. Yeah, a lot of things are happening right now, but if you read and if you know the Mortal Instruments, you know what I'm talking about, so yeah. So basically they're going there, like, without anything. Clary doesn't know how to fight and Jess is there. And so they're fighting the vampires, it's really amazing. There's Raphael who is introduced and I love him. And then there is the werewolf who are coming in all of this shit. And Clary and Jess manage to run away from the vampires and the werewolf. And they like run away from the hotel on moto. And it's amazing because like it's a motorcycle who runs on demoniac energy, and it's just amazing because it means that they can fly, and so they fly all over New York, and I love this scene. It's amazing, even though they ended up like crashing on the floor, but everything's fine. But yeah, I really love this scene because of Raphael and the motorcycle, and it's full of action. My fourth favorite scene is actually the whole chapter that's called Renwick's Runes. Okay, I can't speak today, but basically it's the fight and some sort of final scene in the book that happened at the old hospital, like on, I don't remember which island, but basically everybody is going there because they know that Valentine's there, and that's where is Jocelyn also, so they go there and there is all this fight, and Jace found out that actually his father is Valentine, and that it means that he's Clary's brother because Valentine is also Clary's father, and you're like, what? The first time you read it, you're like, excuse me, does it mean that they're brother and sister? So you've been shipping them from the beginning, you wanted them to kiss, when they kiss you were like, hallelujah, and then you discover that actually they're brother and sister and that it's actually gross, and you're like, please kill me. And so at the same time it's amazing because there's a lot of action and a lot of plot twists, and then there is this huge revelation that just kills you and you're like, what? I didn't see that one coming. And you know in a way that there is 6 books coming and that you're just going to die because you ship people that are brother and sister, so it's gross, and you're like, yeah, but still I ship them. But I mean, me when I read them, the first time I read them, I knew that they were brother and sister at the end, so I was like, yeah, I ship them. It's gross for the first 3 books, but I ship them because I know they're not related, so I was like, go my babies. But yeah, this scene is really amazing, and Cassandra Clare did an amazing job with this revelation because you're like, what? My last scene, I longly hesitated between the 10% scene and Magnus Bane party. But in the end I'm going to go with Magnus Bane, and I'm just going to do an honorable mention of the 10% scene. So yeah, I really love the Magnus Bane's party because it's the first time we're introduced to Magnus, and Magnus is an amazing character. He's really like, I don't know, he's really diverse in everything. I don't know, I love him so much. He's so funny and he makes a lot of sassy reflections, so I love him. And this party is basically where you understand everything that's happening with Clary, and you understand that actually, yeah, she's a shadow hunter, and that the mom came to Magnus every 2 years to get a memory erased from everything of a shadow word she could see or something like that. So she understands that actually her mom did something to her and that she lied to her for all of these years. But at the same time, it's the like Magnus and Alec meet, and it's one of my favorite couple. Like Malek, it's amazing, and then Simon's get turned into a rat, and you're like, I love this series. It's amazing, and you're like at the same time, you're like, Simon, seriously, you had to do this. You had to drink the only thing that will turn you into a rat. So yeah, I really love it, and yeah, it's one of my favorite scenes. So just like I said earlier, I'm just going to mention very quickly the 10% scene, which is one of my favorite, but actually it's not just a scene, it's just like this, like paragraph or something like that. And basically it just happened after like Jace and Clary talk, after Jace like put a rune on Clary without knowing if she was a Shadowhunter or mundane, and if you put like rune on mundane it could kill them. And so they talk about like, how did you know that I was a Shadowhunter? And like, I knew, like I was sure for like 90%. And then she slaps him and he say, why did you slap me? And he says, and she says, it's for the last 10%. And I'm like, ooh, I love you, both of you, you're so cute. And I don't know, I just love this scene because it's a Clay scene, and yeah, it's the beginning of everything basically. So yeah. So yeah guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed seeing me rambling about my favorite scene in City of Bones. If you did, don't forget to like and to share this video. Also don't forget to subscribe to be notified for when I post new video. Leave me in the comment down below what's your favorite scene in City of Bones, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye guys!